The golden morning sun stretched across the wide African savanna, painting the grass in warm shades of yellow and green. Birds sang cheerful songs, and the wind whispered softly between the tall acacia trees. But deep inside the grasslands, a little lion named Lulu sat quietly, her tail drooping and her eyes full of worry. Lulu had a secret. She had lost her roar. Every lion in the pride could roar proudly, but not Lulu. When she opened her mouth, only a tiny squeak came out. "Oh no," she sighed sadly, staring at her reflection in the river. "How can I be a real lion if I can't even roar?" Just then, a soft rustle came from the bushes. Out popped Piko the monkey, swinging from a branch and landing right next to her. "Hey, Lulu. Why the long face? You look like you've lost your bananas," Piko joked, grinning from ear to ear. Lulu sighed. "Worse, Piko. I've lost my roar. I've tried and tried, but all I can do is squeak." Piko scratched his head. Maybe you just need a little jungle magic. Let's go find someone who can help." And so, their adventure began. Their first stop was by the watering hole, where Ellie the elephant was splashing herself with water. She looked up as they approached. "Good morning, Lulu and Piko," Ellie trumpeted. "What brings you here so early?" "I lost my roar," Lulu explained softly. "Can you help me find it?" Ellie smiled kindly. "Of course, my dear. Maybe you just need to practice breathing deeply, like this." She took a huge breath, filling her enormous lungs, and let out a thunderous PAWO. That shook the trees. Piko clapped his hands over his ears. "Whoa, that's louder than thunder." Lulu laughed a little and took a deep breath, just like Ellie. "Here I go," she said. But when she tried, it only came out as a tiny eep. Ellie patted her gently with her trunk. "Don't worry, little one. Sometimes the strongest sounds come from the strongest hearts. Keep trying." Lulu smiled, feeling a little braver. As they walked further, they met Zara the Zebra, who was dancing joyfully in the sunlight, her hooves tapping to a beat. "Hi, Zara," Piko called. "We're on a mission to help Lulu find her roar." Zara smiled. "Then you've come to the right place. Maybe your roar just needs some rhythm." She started stomping her hooves in a fun pattern. Tap tap, stomp. Tap tap, stomp. "Now, Lulu," she said, "try to roar along with my rhythm." Lulu stood tall, lifted her head, and took a deep breath. Tap tap, stomp. Ah, eep. Piko chuckled softly. That was more like a purr than a roar. Zara winked. "That's progress. Every roar starts as a whisper." Lulu smiled again. She was starting to believe it might come back someday. By midday, the sun was high and hot. The friends rested under a tall tree where Piko the Parrot was singing songs to himself. "Hello down there," Piko squawked. "What brings you to my tree?" "I'm trying to find my roar," said Lulu. "But it just won't come out." Piko fluttered down beside her. "I used to be shy about my singing, too," he said. "But I learned one secret: believe in your sound. Even a tiny chirp can fill the jungle if you believe in it." Piko nodded. "So true. You just need confidence, Lulu." "Confidence," Lulu whispered. "Maybe that's what I was missing." Piko smiled. "Let's all sing together. When you hear your friends beside you, your voice will grow stronger." So they sang, Piko chirped, Piko clapped, Ellie trumpeted in the distance, and Zara stomped her hooves. The savannah filled with a joyful rhythm of sound and laughter. And slowly, very slowly, Lulu began to hum. Her hum turned into a growl, and then, re. It wasn't perfect, but it was loud enough to make the birds fly from the trees. "You did it," Piko cheered. Lulu gasped, eyes wide. "I really did." Piko smiled proudly. "See? You just needed to find the roar inside your heart." That evening, the sun began to set. The sky glowed orange and pink as Lulu and her friends stood on a hill overlooking the savannah. The lions in her pride were already gathering below, their roars echoing across the plains. Lulu's heart thumped fast. Piko looked at her. "Go on, Lulu. Show them." Lulu took a deep breath, remembering everything her friends taught her: Ellie's strength, Zara's rhythm, and Piko's confidence. She lifted her head toward the sunset and roared with all her might. The sound rolled through the hills, strong and proud. The animals below turned and looked up in amazement. Mama Lion smiled proudly. "That's my little lion." Piko danced with joy. "You did it, Lulu. You really found your roar." Lulu beamed. "I didn't just find it. I grew it with my friends." The stars began to appear as the jungle echoed with cheers, laughter, and one final powerful roar from Lulu, a roar full of courage, friendship, and love. Moral of the story: true strength doesn't come from being loud, it comes from believing in yourself and never giving up.